The ListView control is very similar to the Grid View control, but without most of the convenient automated quick tasks features. For simple tasks, the Grid View control is easier to use, as it automatically provides many of the features that you need. However, the ListView control can be customized to a far greater extent, making it useful when user requirements demand more sophisticated customization. To begin this lesson, open the Market Trader project from your Sample Files folder. And open quoteadmin.aspx in Design View if it isn't open already. You're going to try to duplicate the functionality of the Grid View control on this page with a ListView control. Add a ListView control now above the existing Grid View control. Don't delete the Grid View control, as it contains some useful code that you'll need later. You can find the ListView control in the Data category of the toolbox. Set the ID property of the new control to ListView quote. Now open the Quick Tasks menu of the ListView control and select Link Data Source Quote from the drop-down menu. The Quick Tasks menu changes, enabling more options. Next, click Configure ListView. Note that there is a bug that sometimes prevents the Configure ListView option from appearing. If you experience this problem, click Refresh Schema, then click No if prompted, then select None from the Choose Data Source drop-down menu, and then reselect Link Data Source Quote. The Configure ListView option should then appear. If the option is still unavailable, close quoteadmin.aspx and reopen it. Although the ListView control's layout is entirely controlled by templates, the Configure ListView dialog allows you to generate a basic set of templates to use as a starting point. Try clicking the different options in the Select a Layout box to see a preview of each layout. As you can see, the ListView control can provide much more flexible layouts than the Grid View control. In the Select a Layout box, click Grid. And in the Select a Style box, click Colorful. Then click OK. Automatically generated templates are added to your ListView control. If you test this page, the records from the database will be displayed in your ListView control. Automatically generated templates are added to your ListView control. If you test this page, the records from the database will be displayed in the ListView control. Switch to Source View now to examine the automatically generated templates. As you can see, the ListView control has added a lot of code. Unlike the Grid View control, the ListView control requires templates for everything that it will display. Find the Layout Template tag in the code. You will find it about halfway down the page. The Layout template is the template for the ListView control's overall table structure. It contains the basic HTML table tag and the headings of each column. The most important element here is the tag with the ID Item Placeholder. The Item Placeholder tag is automatically replaced with the contents of the item template, alternating item template, edit item template, or insert item template as appropriate. Find the item template tag now. You will find it just before the layout template. As long as the user is not editing or inserting an item, this template will be displayed in the item placeholder. The item template uses label controls and the eval method in the same way as you did in Lesson 7-8. By default, the ListView control will not apply any formatting to its contents. You're going to modify the item template to format the date. Find the quote date label control within the item template and change its text property to text equals %eval quote date, comma 0:D. Because the ListView control doesn't have a convenient Edit Fields dialog, this is the only way to apply a format to its fields. Data format strings like this one are covered in Session 11 of the Essential Skills course in this series. Test your code now by viewing quoteadmin.aspx in your web browser. You will notice that every alternating row is now formatted correctly, but the other rows are not. This is because you didn't apply the format to the alternating item template. You would need to do a lot more work to make this ListView control look as presentable as your GridView control, but you'd be able to do so with the skills that you've learned in this lesson. In the next lesson, you will add the same editing features to this ListView control that are available in your GridView control. The ListView control is useful when you want to create an exotic layout that is bound to a data source. For ordinary grid-based layouts, the GridView control is a better choice. If you need more freedom than even the ListView control provides, you could use C# code to generate your own HTML code based on your data. You could then display it on the page using a literal control. Close your web browser now, and close Visual Studio. You've now completed Lesson 7-10. Create a ListView control.